What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what it is. We back with the boxing clinic on that boxing grind. Thank everybody for subscribing and following the channel and sharing and doing what y'all do, keeping the movement alive. We just trying to keep that boxing and moving it alive and current events and sports and technology. We trying to do everything. Keep all up to date and on par with all the hot topics. But potentially David Lemieux was the plan B for Canelo Alvarez for next year if the Golovkin fight falls apart or doesn't materialize. Now, per Golden Boy, Canelo Alvarez, for immediate rematch in his clause, had 3 weeks for these guys, him and Canelo and Triple G, to negotiate, and it didn't happen. So, really, Golden Boy could walk away and don't owe Golovkin a rematch, and Canelo didn't or never will officially exercise his rematch clause, and they can go on and live with their life with no attachment and no obligations to Triple G because they was the Super A side in this fight. He was the Super C side, to be honest, and that's how it's supposed to be. And Golovkin didn't capitalize on his opportunity to beat Canelo Alvarez. And, it's up to Canelo Alvarez for if he wants to fight Golovkin, if he wants to erase all doubt in the first fight and basically get a 2-for-1 fight like we talked there earlier. First fight was a draw, but if he beats, Golovkin this time, it's going to be seen as 2 wins for him. And do he want that challenge, or he just want to go to Golden Boy route and let him, manage his career and put the right guys in front of him to be successful and get more viewers and fanfare? For Canelo, it doesn't matter who he really fights anymore because he can do what he want to do in the sport of boxing. He can move how he wants to move. And like Deontay Wilder and Keith Thurman say, he's at peace with his career. But I think the competitor in Canelo Alvarez is going to want to rematch Triple G, and I really expect that fight to happen. But if it doesn't, David Lemieux is the plan B. If he beats Billy Joe Saunders, because he would bring a WBO title right to Golden Boy's footsteps, and Canelo Alvarez, he can hand it basically right to him, and they can have some negotiations. They can have some leverage in negotiations with whoever middleweight they want to negotiate with. And they don't have all the negotiation baggage in their side. It's not too many people that can negotiate with Golden Boy and come out unscathed and everything they wanted in a perfect deal. It just doesn't work that way. They savvy and they smart over there. But David Lemieux and Canelo Alvarez would be a good fight. That's a fight that I wouldn't mind seeing on HBO. I don't know pay-per-view, but David Lemieux brings some good hand speed to the table, and and crazy power. And it'll be fun. It'll be a fun fight. Seeing Canelo try to keep that distance with the jab and try to be slick. David Lemieux only fights one way with his head down and coming forward. He ain't seen a jab. He ain't seen a jab that he ain't one to slip yet. So he don't slip punches. He got good speed, good combination punching, good power. That's David Lemieux, and that's being literal. But if he catches Canelo, can Canelo handle his power? And that do numbers for him. He'll be able to stop Canelo when Triple G couldn't, and people be asking for that fight. If he truly wants that rematch or wants to move on with his career, the world is his. He's a world champion legitimately by beating Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion. And, it is what it is. It's a good fight. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to see it. It's a good substitute for Golovkin and Canelo, but the thing people are going to overreact to is the fact that Canelo probably will never get Golovkin this rematch, and Golovkin go out there and fight, lose or get exposed more, and the fight loses its luster. I think it's very important for Canelo to make a deal with Triple G now and capitalize on his decline. But David Lemieux ain't a bad fight. But for one thing about Canelo, he ain't moving out that west or that southwest area or that west coast, and Lemieux will have to come to America, which might be an issue because Lemieux does great numbers in Canada. And I think he will try to convince Golden Boy to help expand Canelo Alvarez's stardom in the United States. Canelo, I don't think he ever really headlined on the East Coast either. So it's really room for growth and improvement for Canelo Alvarez and markets to be opened up. But that's only if Golden Boy wants to. Usually guys like them don't want to play with the church's money. And they just stick to what they know, fighting in Texas, fighting in Vegas, fighting on the West Coast. And usually, that's what they choose to stick to. That's where they're making a lot of money to. So, it is what it is. I think sometimes you got to step outside your scope and try new things and try to dare to be great. And sometimes they're going to work for you. Sometimes they're going to backfire. But with Canelo, it's going to be pretty hard to backfire with a valuable with a valuable opponent in front of him. And that's just the God honest truth. But it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think of this potential backup plan with Lemieux versus Canelo if Lemieux beats Saunders. We gone.